Hello, this is Angie Watkins, your extreme encourager, coming to you for your live at 5. At 5, so we'll probably go for 5. I want to jump right in. Today I mentioned that I wanted to talk about 3 things that can keep us from living how we want. What 3 things are really keeping us from what we want in life. So I'm going to jump right into it. So the 3 things are limitations, interest, and possibility. Or more specifically, it's really about our limited interest and possibility. So I want to make sure I get all my points in because this is really important. So some of you, or some of us specifically, don't believe we can have what we want. So, and a lot of us really don't want to hear that we don't believe, because like, no, I know I can have what I want. I believe, I'm positive. Not really. So this is for some of us. So think about this. Have you learned to limit your dreams? So have you learned to limit what you actually wish for? You know, because of a number of things, but primarily it might be the fear of disappointment, fear of disappointing, fear of others disappointing you, fear of disappointing yourself, or you being fearful of disappointing other people. So, I mean, this is, we all have fear. We've all been there. And we live it from time to time, every day, at any given time. But one of the things you want to think about is like, we don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay living in fear. Because the bottom line, the truth is, when I say you, I still mean we, some of us, we just really don't believe something we want is actually possible. We don't choose to want to believe we can do it, because bottom line is, if you face the fact that if we don't get what we want to really have happen, we're responsible for not having it. We're responsible for not making it happen. So again, too often we're already quick to say it's not our fault, life just got in the way, circumstances, whatever. So that lets us off the hook about what we really want to achieve. But that's really not the truth. Maybe this isn't you, but if it is you, how many times do you spend fighting the voices in your head that about something you can't do something? People always want to keep it real for you or be realistic and give you that realistic advice. It could be friends, it could be family, it could be anybody that you hold important in your life, just trying to help you, manage your expectations. Or just be old recordings in your head telling you about all the things that didn't work before when you tried something, and all it's going to do is happen again. These are the people, or these are the voices, or these are the mantra that you may have going on in your head about what you can't do. And, it's just get overwhelming. But you might also be on the flip side about, but those voices contribute, because you may have on the flip side some people, talking about how much they believe in you, how much they know that you can do something. You have your own team of cheerleaders that believe in you, and you're sitting on the sidelines of your own life, not fulfilling your dreams. Your cheerleaders are out there like trying to root for you, and you really sit next to them, and they wonder like, why are you over here with us when we're waiting for you to get on a playing field and live out your dream? But you spent so much time thinking about what you can't do. I'm like, well, or maybe I'll do it later or whatever. It's still a hesitation about what you can't do. So here's my deal right now. Limitations are learned. Limitations are learned. And if they're learned, they can be unlearned. I mean, when we're little, we don't have those boundaries on our dreams. We dream big, and we need to continue to do that. And again, there's a difference between, structure and boundaries. Everybody has, 24 hours in a day. That's the structure of a day. But it doesn't limit what you can accomplish within those 24 hours. Only you decide that. At the end of the day, it's not supposed to be about what I can't do. It's supposed to be about how can I do? Though that's the question. Not a statement of what I can't do, but the question of how can I do it? So, interest. So I'm talking about limitations, interest, and possibility. So interest can be faked from time to time. You're like, oh yeah, I'm interested in that. No, you're not. You're really not. You're really not. But when you really have a genuine interest in something, It gives you power. So power to believe in what is actually possible, because you're going to keep going about what you're interested in. And believing what is possible drives you to challenge yourself. Again, figure out how you can make this happen. Not what you can't do, but how can I? So it's not about how long it's going to take. It's about deciding to take as long as necessary so you can make it happen. Those are the things you want to be focused on. Because anything you want is always going to be a risk. Life is just one big if, but you control what you do with it. It's all about what you do, nobody else. So the three things that are really stopping us from getting what we really want is all within ourselves, about, you being limited or choosing to be limited, not having a genuine interest, and the possibility of making it happen. Let the limitations go. Let your interests drive you, and the possibilities are just waiting, because for every dream of what's possible, there are many ways of how you can do it. So that's my main point. So again, anything you want, you can just not be limited by it. I'm just going to share right now. So my main point's already been made, but I'm just going to share an example. So in my journey to be healthy, I follow J.J. Smith's DIM Life, detoxing, hormone balancing, eating clean, mental mastery, and move. So that's what I do. And then there came, like, one of the detox methods is green smoothies. So here's something, I may or may have not shared it, but I have a clotting issue. And so I can't always have a lot of green vegetables because they're high in vitamin K, which causes more clotting. But I was determined to, one, get off the medications, and I did. I got no limits, but I was still hesitant about having a smoothie because too much of it could actually have a negative impact. Bottom line, I could clot and die. And so there was a risk for me. Again, life is full of risk. There was a risk for me to try it, but I was determined, because if I could get off the medications, then I can figure out how I can get this other added benefit to my health. I can get this added benefit to my life, that I can get and achieve another level of freedom for my health. So I researched, and I found the same way I got off the medications of the use of flaxseed. I was trying to research about how can I do I'm not good at math, but a mathematical formula about how much flaxseed do I need to counteract the vitamin K that I may end up getting with this vegetable. So I didn't know. I tried it out. I did some tests. I had a lot of support, even from my medical professional, because I got permissions to do it. Now, I have awesome cheerleaders in my life who are very encouraging about whatever it is I actually do, because they know that I actually do the steps of researching things. So I had a fabulous cheerleading section, and I did it. I tested. I have no idea if anybody else has the same trigger about, touching whatever that pain point was with their clot, because for me, I can touch one ankle and compare it to the other. If the left ankle is warmer than the right ankle, I have a problem. I need more flaxseed because something in my blood is not moving the way it needs to be. But again, this is my tell. I have no idea if anyone has the same issue. But there was a risk. But because I tried it, I didn't want any more limitations. So I figured out, how can I do this? How can I get this done? And bottom line, how can I start with one decision at a time? One decision that I'm not going to be limited by whatever it is I'm seeing right now. I choose not to be limited just because I can't do something right now. I may not be able to try to do something right now, but nothing will stop me from trying in the future. It may take me a while, but I'm going to get it done. Because if I have an interest in it, I believe in the possibility that it can happen, I'm going to learn what it is I need to do. How can I do this? One decision at a time. I refuse to be limited. And there are a lot of things that are going on in life in general, but there's a lot of limitations that, I'm not saying they're not real, but they don't have to be real for you. You can choose whatever it is you want to do and live it the way you want, because the possibilities of how you can are immeasurable. All you have to do is ask, how can I? As opposed to standing with what I can't do. So again, believe in no limits. Make sure you have an interest in the possibilities that what you can do is just figuring out how. So this is Angie Watkins, your extreme encourager. So again, think about how you can do something. Whatever you want, if you have a genuine interest in it, accept no limitations because the possibilities are there for you. So if you want to talk with me, I have a link also in the message that if you want to take some time, just chit chat, we can have a we bring you out strategy session so you can figure out what it is that you want to do. And let's figure out how. Until next time, I'll be talking about, again, lip service is going to be 2 more things. I made an acronym for it, but there's 2 more sessions that I want to talk about make sure you're not giving lip service to what you want out of life. So until next Monday, I'm your Angie Watkins, your extreme encourager, and I'll talk to you soon.